Whoa, this might not be so. If you are new to my channel, hello, and if you are a subscriber, welcome back. Today we are going to be reviewing all of the features of the DJI Mini 4 Pro. You might want to stick to the end because it gets pretty good. I'm not going to waste your guys' time at all, but we're going to get right into it. So we're going to look at this, and this is the controller, that is the actual drone, and these are both how they came out of the box. And so you can see here that the joysticks are actually not completely on the joystick holders, and that is because they are on the back of the controller, and they stick into these little slots right there. You can see that right there. And if I turn it over again, you can just screw them in like that. Now this may seem pretty obvious, but another feature that works is these antennas on the top. So you unfold these, and these actually turn and unfold, and you can move them like that so that when you're controlling the drone, they're always pointing towards the drone, and you want to have this part here pointing towards the drone. Here, the Mini 4 Pro, that goes on the bottom, and it comes off, and this is a 3-axis gimbal. Now that all of that is out of the way you turn this on is actually tapping the power button and then tapping it again, and then it will turn on. And while we're turning that on, it's the same thing for the drone. So right down there, that is the power button right there, and you just tap it and tap it again, and you'll see those 4 lights lighting up. It'll whir the propellers a little bit, and it'll make a noise. So as you can see, if this is green, it is connected to the drone, which it is right now, and if it is red, it is not connected to the drone. Here is the 3-axis gimbal in action, so it just stays stable. I don't know if you can see that properly, but it does not really move. Yeah. We have now moved the drone, and there are 2 ways that I know of to take the drone off. So, number 1, you press both of these propellers inwards, just to complete the check right there, and you press these inward and it will start the propellers. Take off. Now I am just going to land it real quick, which means stopping the propellers, and I will show you the second way. So the second way that you can do this, I'm actually going to move this over a little bit.
Home point updated.
So what you can do is just here. So there's a button on the left side, and you just click that, and it will show you a takeoff button, and you hold this and the drone will automatically take off.
Home point updated.
And there you go. So yeah, and it'll just hover there until you make some inputs on your controller. Okay, now that we have got the drone in the air, I don't know if you can see that right there, but we have got the drone in the air, and there are actually you can click down here at the bottom if you are recording a video. You click this little thing here, and it gives you a bunch of more options. And I'll go more in depth in this in another video, but here we have the resolution, so you can change that from 1080p to 4K, and this drone can record 60 FPS all the way down to 24 FPS. Okay, now another really cool feature that we have on this drone, you can see me right down there. Another really cool feature that we have on this drone is actually dragging so that you can see your subject, and it will focus on your subject, and you can do active track, auto, and press go. Now, this will follow you, and this drone will follow you. And I don't know if you can see that, but it is just making a video of me right now. There it is. And then there are also some more intelligent features that I'll show you right now. Okay, now another feature that we have on here, I'm not actually going to make any videos, but another feature that we have on here, I'm just going to drag and put it on myself again. And you can also do a point of interest. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna look at Spotlight. So Spotlight, you don't need to click anything. If you just drag on your person, then it will just follow you around. But it just won't move. It'll just rotate around and it'll keep the camera on you. Now, for point of interest, I'm not actually going to do this, but I will insert a clip of point of interest. Now, what you can do with point of interest is you click this, and basically you can choose either right, fast, or left, fast, or slow. And basically, then you just click go, and it will do a circle around you. Now we are going to get into the safety settings. So here, we are going to start off with obstacle avoidance. And obstacle avoidance has 3 different modes. It has bypass, which basically, if there is an obstacle, it does a pretty good job of showing it. But if there is an obstacle, it would just go around it and continue its flight path. A brake means it will go to the object, and it will stop before hitting the object, and off means it will just crash into the object. Now, it's good to use this sometimes when the drone will not let you go through tight gaps to get cool shots, but you got to make sure that you are really skilled. Otherwise, if you crash your drone, it's not gonna end well for you, and you're gonna have to do some flyaway coverage or something. I'm not sure about any of that, but I am going to keep it on bypass because I like that. Now for bypass, there are 2 different options, and it is normal and nifty. So I keep it on normal, but nifty is basically it just goes closer to obstacles and allows you to get closer to obstacles and basically just be less safe. And there's nothing for brake, so yeah. Now for return to home, I'll show you that after. I actually have a whole video on that, so I'm not going to show you that in this video. But auto return to home altitude. So if I clicked return to home, this drone right now would go 125 meters into the sky, because that's what I have it set at, 125 meters, and then it will return to where I landed it or took it off, which is right there. Update home point. So the home point is currently where I took it off, but you can click aircraft controller right there, and it will set the home point to where your remote control currently is.
Home point updated.
Now the home point is right there. We have max altitude, and most of the time you want to keep this set at about 120, and max distance can be anything, but I like to keep it 4 kilometers. There are also 3 different modes, and I think this is going to be the last thing that I'm showing you in this video, but there are 3 different modes here, and you can switch these on the top of your controller. So this is normal mode, and it will actually show you the modes right on the top left of your controller. So this is normal mode, and it'll just go normal speed. And this is cine mode, it says that on the screen, slow speed. So this gives you the more cinematic shots, it lets you move slower. And sport mode, there is no obstacle avoidance. So you can actually, obstacle avoidance is technically still on, but it will just crash into the obstacles even if it sees them. So here we have this whole ring showing. I'm actually going to put that in sport mode when I want to go somewhere for my shots, like when I'm really high in the sky and there are no obstacles. But usually I keep that in normal mode, and I put it in cinematic mode for my shots. And that is pretty much it for this video. Now I am going to land this drone safely, or at least as safely as I can. And it is just going to land right there. And there we go. See you next time, and remember to subscribe.